Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Tower of God, which is on episode 5, or you could call it Sin We Tapu, which is another name for it, but if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that the crown game, of course, continues on in a certain way in another round, but of course, when it comes to the previous round where Kun tricked everyone about fake crowns or something, we have to it that our Gator Boy, sorry for calling him Gator Boy because I think it's much more easy to remember his name that way, or Roxanne, he ends up throwing his spear and knocked them all out or something. The other round begins, and it looks like to me Kun and Gator Boy or Rock does not need to do anything at all because we have to it that let's see here. Our boy Kun actually made some allies around the first test that Bomb, Kun, and Rock was a part of, Eventually, we get to find out that he saved 3 people and have them combined together in his bag in order to, survive the first and second round of the test, all together. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys don't know, yeah. Sorry for being complicated and confusing. Anyways, aside from that, continuing on, we have to it that eventually Kun decides to save him in exchange that when the time comes, I want you to help me out. Eventually, he puts up a hairstyle that gives him the signal to saying, help me now, And this is where that help began in the crown game, which I go like, that's interesting, that kind of thing. But eventually, as the episode continues on, that's where the final round begins, And this is where we get questionable. I got some questions, and that is the girl that looks like Rahel or Rachel, whichever one how you want to pronounce or put it into words. But anyways, of course, Rock and Kun really had to start fighting, But eventually, we have to it that the same girl, which is Rahel, which is confirmed in this episode that this is Rahel, which I go, what in blazing pickles? Are you really serious that this is the girl that literally went ahead of Bomb to go climb the tower? How in the blazing peach did she only get... I thought she was already in the middle area or possibly high up in the sky by now of the tower, You guys know what I'm talking about, etc. But I guess that's not the case. Rahel got injured by some girl in tights whatsoever and gets ready to maybe deal a final blow on her, but Bomb ends up leaving the throne room and the crown off, although Kun says, no, wait, what are you doing? And Rock's like, crud, we're in trouble now. They all try to go after Bomb, but it's too late. Bomb takes off the crown, and then he ends up protecting Rahel from a blow that could have killed her, possibly. Eventually, that girl in tights was about to possibly do a killing blow on Bomb, but Bomb's possible power, which is Lero Ro talked about with the test administrator, ends up activating, and later on that woman almost got killed by Bomb, but unfortunately for Bomb, Black March ends up stopping him from doing so and knocks him out. And we have to it that as the episode continues on in a certain way, looks like to me nobody won the crown game, so no one is allowed to go to the top of the tower, that kind of thing. Eventually, we get to know that there's a talk with Yu Han Sung and Leroy Ro, the test administrator, if anything. They end up talking about what's going on with the crown game, why did that happen, and we have to it that the test administrator says, okay, this is why we did it, we have some irregularities that might have something that could damage the tower. That's the reason why we ran it, and in order to make sure nothing comes harm to the tower, etc. It'll be just about that. Although there was more to it about the test, the crown game, it was just figure out who's threatening the tower, whose power is it. But we have to it that before Leroy Ro leaves, he asked test administrator this way, have you ever seen someone who hasn't formed a contract with the administrator use Shinshu without any constraints before? And we have to it that he said that the test administrator tells Leroy Ro saying, well, I heard of individuals that are able to do that, and I heard it's illegal or it's not supposed to be qualified. But there was one person who was able to do that, and that person is called Ulrich Mazzino. He is known to be an irregular. So it looks like to me, this guy, we might see him in the future, but I guess we'll have to find out. I mean, since he's an irregular, we may have to see him late. We may see him later, or maybe he's out of the tower. I don't know which one. But there was a scene with Yuri, Princess Yuri, which she ends up trying to find a way, tries to find a way to go locate Bomb. You know, that kind of thing, which I don't care much about. I mean, like she doesn't seem like she has too much of an importance right now until she meets up with Bomb eventually. Call me Mr. Oh, you're a freaking cold-hearted guy. How can you not care about her? She has not made any impact in the story, or she never made a lot of freaking, like, let's see here, spotlight in order for me to even give a you know? Forgive me for my language and freaking, like, my attitude like that, but hey, she doesn't seem important to me. But aside from that, when it comes to the controlling Shinju that Leroy Roy was thinking about, he realizes that that's not really normal, you know? And Bomb himself actually became Shinju himself. And this was hinted at by Princess Yuri's, freaking like, I don't know, attendant or acquaintance or freaking like, butler, however you want to call it. I don't even know what that guy's name is, but all I know is he follows Princess Yuri around and help her out, but you know what I'm talking about. But aside from that, sorry for using the word acquaintance, because because whoever has an acquaintance in the tower, in the tower is supposed to be disqualified or not to be allowed, you know? But aside from that, Leroy Roy is really concerned about Bomb himself because he became Shinju himself, you know? And not to mention, like I said, Princess Yuri's little like attendant knows that Bomb is a monster, and we have to that I guess Bomb has a lot of power in him than he expected, either by luck or I don't know what the case is. But one thing for sure is like Leroy Roy is really concerned about like Bomb's power, because the way how it is, it's not normal. Not to mention like he might pose a threat to the tower. But eventually, as time continues on and the episode ends up with Rahel, which is really 100% confirmed, talking to Kun, and she has a request for Kun to possibly bomb. But whatever the case may be, I wonder, like, what was she doing this entire time, you know? And we have to it that she ends up introducing herself to Kun, and she has a request for him to do, you know? Although, like, I don't know what kind of request that is. One thing for sure, I hope it's a good one. I mean, Rahel did like him take care of Bomb. Let's not forget that, and etc. But, Bomb, you know, you're a cool kid, man, but wake up, Doc. But guess we'll have to see. I mean, like, Rahel wants to climb the tower too, and she has two powerful allies at her side. And that girl in tights whatsoever, and she has red hair. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see her in the future. But my only question is, why is she climbing the tower? Why is she by herself? It looks like she's like a lone wolf, since she doesn't look like she have any allies. But we'll have to see. Aside from that, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zitto. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Ta-ta-da!